Okay, so that's a thing I gotta fix, but you know what? It's okay. Let me start some things up here, guys. How's it going? Hello. YouTube's are live. That means Twitch should be live here in about 2 seconds. There it is. Okay, sweet. We love to see it. Let me quickly open up here so that we can get things going. Nathan, congrats on grabbing first activity. Hello on the YouTube side. Hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. That is our horizontal stream. So let me take it over here to the stream pings. V. And come on, there it goes. Okay, good. Copy that. Paste it there. Boop. And publish. And publish. Alright. Doot. And we're just about done. We're just about ready, guys. I promise you, this is just part of the deal. I have to take like a good minute to start things up. Oh, I've submitted 250 taxes. That's pretty cool. Nathan, thank you for submitting your taxes. There it is. 66 times total. Tell him to bring out the lobster. Diggy hole. It's time. Water Ghost, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. I'm honestly so confused. It's okay. 67 next. That's wild. Absolutely crazy. Water Ghost, thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it. Thank you both. Put that right there. Do this. Do that. All right. Let me catch you guys up to speed. I have been doing some digging. I broke 11 iron pickaxes in here, and we're still not even halfway done. So, I gotta do more digging, but I decided that for streams, at least, we should break out the diamonds just a little bit. You know, it wouldn't kill me to do it. I need to have half of this cleared out though for the episode that I'm gonna record tonight, so that it can come out this weekend. I scheduled out everything for February. I've got deadlines for everything. I should be able to get a lot of the promises that I made last year that's being carried over to this year. I should have all of those fulfilled by the end of this month, hopefully. We'll see. I can't promise definitely on that because you know how my promises go. But if we could get that done, that would be really good. Obviously, I'm not gonna like hold myself to an unfair standard, but I am gonna hold myself to a high standard because that's just the right thing to do. We'll see. We will see. I think this is the first time I'm talking to you guys since the last episode came out. If you guys didn't watch that, it was basically me building a pathway, so I'll go and show you guys that. Right here. So this is here now. It's a great thing because there's a little less mobs over here, especially at night when I really am concerned about the mobs. And also, it's, generally speaking, good for infrastructure-wise, just within in-world reasons. We also searched for a dark oak forest for a long time. I went that direction about 8,000 blocks, and then I went that direction about 8,000 blocks as well. And then I came back here. I went that direction 500 blocks, and guess what? It's literally right there. And it's so close, in fact, that I will actually show you guys. Like, it is right there. I am so mad. I'm so mad. It should not have been this close. Farm Sim player, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. I think I'm the only one here. On the YouTube side, yes, absolutely. It appears so. But hello, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Nikita, hello. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Water's here too. Yes, Water's here. Nathan's here. I'm here. Whole gang is hanging out. Sorry about the ads, y'all. Hope you're doing okay. Very mad today. Realized my market is ruined. What market? First we mine, then we craft. Let's craft mine. Craft mine! Yeah! Hello, Angela. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Also, I should go ahead and mention, it's not just a dark oak forest. I looked. I looked a little bit. I was gonna explore only on video or stream with you guys, but I couldn't help it. I had to poke my head a little deeper. There is a pale oak forest out there. So let me just show you guys. I searched for hours and hours and hours. I'm just, I can't believe it. We're just about there. As you can see, there's the dark oak already. Oh. I love that these horses can walk in water, but it's a little, it feels like slow falling sometimes. It's just not great. Okay. Up here. So you can see, again, dark oak. Let's do some horse parkour. Oh, come on. There we go. And then over there, I don't know if you guys could tell, but that's pale oak. Right there. Needless to say, I'm a little upset. I'm more than a little upset, actually. You know, that would have saved me a lot of time searching, because I just, my house is literally not that far away. And I'll show you guys. Straight shot this way. I mean, it feels like a far distance, but all things considered within this world, 500 blocks ain't that bad. It is not that bad. Ooh, Voxy glitch. Hello. But there's my house. I'm somewhere over this direction. Yeah, let's just... Boop. Alright, there you go. That should help a little bit. As you can see, I am somewhere over there. Voxy's a little broken, okay? Just... It's okay. It's not that bad, though. Not that bad. Tanuki, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. How's it going? This is why you're the god of chaos. Recently I had to do scheduling in Holy Paint. Scheduling is fun. Scheduling is so fun. Rift, hello, welcome on in. I watched the video you sent me earlier today, actually. Sounds pretty good. You're doing some good things there. Practice makes perfect. And it sounds like you've been practicing. I dare you to make a new server and fight 100 of a hostile mob you want with gear of any choice and like anytime you want. 100 mobs versus me. I could probably do it. Probably, especially if we're using 1.9 combat. Sweeping Edge is like a lifesaver, and I stand by that. I get it. Water is just so basic, more of a fire type fan. Dang. Unfortunately, yeah. Oh, okay, I'm following. What the heck? Sup, dude? How about you? Hello, Muhammad Marie. I'm doing good. Appreciate you asking. We're just chilling today. Nothing too crazy. Really just gonna be digging a lot. I'm gonna make a couple of diamond pickaxes. We'll do some basic enchants on them. We gotta dig a decent amount for the next episode of the Forever World, which will be coming out, hopefully this weekend. If I can get ahead, that would be great. Unfortunately, I didn't really meet all of my January goals, so I'm kind of making up for it this month, but I'm trying to do it so that I make up for some of the stress that I've put upon myself. You gotta work really, really hard to get out of your deficits. That's what I've learned about myself. There we go. Yo, bro, where are you from? I'm from the United States. I am from the United States. Fun fact, it's gotten 10 times better since I did that take. About me, how's it going? It's going pretty good. Going pretty good. I've probably said it a couple times now, so I probably won't go into depth again, but just getting busy, doing a lot of stuff. I've been working on Omnia again. For those of you who don't know, that's my video game that I'm working on. I've gotten back to working on that. I'm really happy with it. Like, flying feels a little more natural. If you guys want, Would you guys want me to show you a little sneak peek of where I'm at with it? It's not much from last time that I've shown it off, I don't think. But, I think it's pretty cool. Water Ghost welcoming in on the YouTube side, or Throckmorton as I should say. Project sharing is fun. Oh yeah, it is. It is in my opinion anyway. I'm in Egypt, Roblox got banned in my country. Oof. Egypt is a pretty cool place from what I've heard though. I've never been, obviously. Getting out of the United States is a little difficult. It's a pretty expensive travel, but I've heard a lot of cool things about Egypt. I'd like to visit one day. There's a lot of countries I'd love to visit one day. So why did I take damage when my horse took the brunt of that? That's my only question. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Does suck though, because I just lost all those levels. I think I'll probably end up with like 5 levels if I'm lucky. Well, that was like the first death in a while. That's pretty decent, really. It's been a long time since we've died. 25 GG's, Nikita. Rug doesn't see streaks unless you tell him. Yes, I do not, but awesome. 25 stream streak. Awesome. That is crazy. Absolutely insane. Thank you so much for your support, Nikita. You're amazing. Okay, we got 6 levels. That's a little more than I thought. 7. Okay. I already know you guys are gonna say it. Just get it over with. You know, 6, 7. Haha. Okay. Can you die? Okay. Boop. Did we get everything? It looks like it. I didn't really have a ton. Unfortunately, that was my only horse. That was my only horse. Well, we need to go get a new horse. That's on the to-do list for today now as well. But I need to show you my project, right? Really need to change this user. It's fine. It's a good username, honestly. I like it. Might just be an ADHD thing to enjoy sharing big projects. It's very possible. I know, generally speaking, people who have ADHD tend to have larger projects just because they get so distracted, and so their project grows very, very quickly. The scale just skyrockets. It's not uncommon to do everything to its fullest extent. That's what I've learned. And that's not a bad thing. That is not a bad thing. The worst part is just the task initiation of actually doing that, and once the novelty wears off, do you actually continue doing it? No, you don't. That is the truth. Continuing to do something is a little more difficult. I don't need the attention, don't worry. Well, I appreciate it nonetheless. I really do. I wasn't gonna say anything, but you just mentioned it, so I feel obligated. 6-7. ADHD equals 200% scaling to account for. Yeah. Eat that candy, boy. Thank you for the candy. I appreciate it, Water Ghost. I also cleaned my room a little bit. You guys can't tell because most of the mess was on this side of the room, so the camera doesn't cover it. But you can also sort of see the little black box that was back there, the shelf that I was building. It's all stacked up neatly right now until I glue it together. So Steve is currently sitting on top of it. You can sort of see it. It's not like anything crazy, but it is there. I have done some work on that. All right, let's see if I can get the game open, and I'll show you a little bit of Omnia, because I just love being able to show off parts of it. so we'll pause the game here. Godot. I think that's the right one. Okay, here's the candy, by the way. Thank you. Oh, I have to update it. Okay. It's fine. Now you have it run a specific scene. It's fine. Okay. Greg only has 3 walls, and the one that we gave him is just an alleyway brick wall. Exactly. Exactly. Whoa. Okay. This update may have broken some things. I'm gonna apologize in advance. This is gonna look very, it's gonna look very interesting. Did you... Game... Properties... That one? Yeah, okay. You guys ready for this? This is, currently the condition of my video game. It's very, very blurry. I apologize. Godot updated some bloom issues that I've now got to address, so everything is like super, super, super bright and blurry. But as you can see, I'm hands-free driving. I've set up cruise control on spaceships. That's pretty cool, right? Which means there's also a little bit of momentum with it. It's no longer snapping its movement anymore. If I slow down, or try to anyway, as you can see, it takes a while for that. Well, I don't know if you guys can see in the top left corner. Yes. No? Yes, the top left corner of your screen. The speed. I need to fix that a little bit, but there's a throttle. There's an invisible meter for throttle, which goes from 0 to 100%. And so that detects what your max speed can be, and eventually there'll be power cycling and stuff. So if I go full speed here, okay, I'm gonna run right into this ship. I'm gonna just flick the camera around, and you can sort of tell that you kind of slow down a little bit. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, go backwards. It's kind of hard to do because I don't have the maximum speeds yet, but I'm gonna try to do a drift here. It's really fun to do if you can make it work, but I broke it last time I did touch the code, so it's a little busted, but come on. Let's see if I can do it. You go up, and then I think I did that sort of thing. No, I didn't. I gotta fix the drift thing anyway. This isn't really the official mechanic. It was kind of a bug, but you know, it's nothing really too pretty yet, but it's a fun thing. It's fun enough anyway. Like I said, very work in progress. Very, very, very work in progress. But it'll eventually become a space exploration game, so it'll be fun. Mechanics like this are a pain in the butt. Let me just tell you that much. Pause. I can move you guys back to Minecraft now. And there. Okay. Now I can close this out without doxing myself. There we go. Rips the CS and engineer phenomenon. New things break lots of other things. Yep. Anytime you touch one thing, another thing will always break. That's just the way it goes. No way around it. It makes me sad, but you know what? It's okay. It's just the way it goes. Come on, dox yourself. Oh yeah. I'll dox myself next time, just for you, Voided. It's not Avid. Listen, I love and appreciate Avid for everything he is, but I will never dox myself as badly as he does. French mappers, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. What was the sad moment you witnessed in Call of Duty? That was just my brain for a second. No, it's a rendering pipeline change that they did that I wasn't aware of. It's a small bug I'll fix. What in space Legos am I looking at? That will eventually be a space battle for my new video game that I'm working on that will hopefully have its first demo by the end of this quarter. That's like a really big promise, but I can't really say that it's gonna actually be fulfilled. But we'll see. We'll see. Looks solid so far. Good starts. Yes. It happens, but for some reason our brains enjoy those obstacles, so we love them. They're great. Okay. We need to go find ourselves a new horse, and we need to make a new pickaxe or two. For those of you who didn't see, I just, like, absolutely killed my horse, which kind of sucked. But it's okay. It's fine. I kind of also got myself killed. Let's see. There was a horse over here. We have a couple of skeleton horses. I just gotta find them. It should be over here, right? Or is this where I got my last one? I don't know. Jinxer's in here. Hi. Yes, Jinxer's here. We got the whole party. It's great. I do not see the skeleton horse. Okay. Well, we should have 4 of them. That is the truth. There should be at least 4. The question of if the 4 are actually still around, that is a different deal. I don't really want to free cam it, but I might free cam it. I want y'all to know that one of my first orders of business, when I became a SPK Accord mod, was to delete messages Avid sent a year ago because it fully doxed him and it's been driving me crazy. That is such a noble goal. I respect it. I remember similar deal for me. I had a friend who made me a mod for her, and I went in and searched every bit of information I knew about her and deleted it because I knew if I could do it, somebody who is a lot more talented than me and with a lot more willpower to go actually be harmful could do a lot worse with that information. So like, okay. Gotta go delete every mention of your first and last name because why did you put that out there? I don't know. Your college that you go to? Yep, I gotta delete that too. I love my friends. I really do. But they have no semblance of online safety, and it hurts me. I'll admit, like, truthfully, if you guys wanted to, you could find me. The difference is I stay strapped. So, you know, there's a difference when you show up at my door and when you show up at their door. Okay. I'm not seeing the horse, so we gotta go find ourselves a new horse. We'll do that on another time. I'll do that on a video or something. It's fine. I'm not in the party. You don't want to be in this party. I'll tell you what. It's full of, well, I was gonna call us full of fools and, misfits, but I don't know if it's okay for me to call you guys that. Most of you are pretty smart, I think. Emphasis on smart and not pretty. Sorry, Nathan. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's come over me, but I'm choosing violence now. Sleep. Nope, 45 seconds. Okay. We'll do... You know what? Let's do 3 pickaxes. I think that's a good amount. Probably. How dare you assume I'm smart? I mean, you made it this far in life, Jinx. Like, you're a pretty old guy. I think it's safe to say if you made it this far, you're probably smart enough. I could be mistaken, though. Ouch. Hey, there's nothing wrong with being old. You're just well along in years. You've got a lot of wisdom to impart on young generations. Can you read this? Is this really live? It is very live. Hello, Skitty. Welcome on in. And Wimbu, hello, hello. It's good to see you. What is like Thanos trying to gather Infinity Stones? Reg, you understand me? I really do. I really do. And it's a bummer that I do. I wish I didn't. That requires level 8. Really? I guess that makes sense. Yeah, never mind. Okay. Let's just go for efficiency 1. I ideally want unbreaking though, so I'm gonna take the unbreaking. Okay. There we go. Question, how do I get monetized? I have almost 2,000 subscribers, but I'm not monetized yet. I have 32 videos. Subscribers, they're important up until you get 1,000. At that point, it stops mattering. At that point, you need to start working on trying to get watch time or views on your YouTube shorts. So it depends on what you're doing. If you're trying to get monetized through shorts, then you need to get to, I believe it's 10 million shorts views in 90 days. Or you need 4,000 hours of watch time on publicly listed videos. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, but you can do it. I myself haven't quite done it yet, but I'm really close. I'm currently, I believe, 40 hours of watch time away, and I'll have it myself as well. So, you know, it's a grind, but you'll get there if you keep putting in the time and effort. I believe in you. Very intelligent. You underestimate me. I'm starting with Nathan, maybe. That doesn't say a lot. That's crazy. You're an loser, bruh. I used to mod a couple of servers, and some people were really bad about their info, and telling them not to didn't work. So some of them just got DM'd their city, or worse, shrugged. Someone with malicious intent would do worse. Please protect yourself. Exactly. Exactly. It freaked him out when, this is the way you get people to stop. You DM them a picture of their building, and you circle roundabout where they're sitting. And then you say, hey, if I was a bad guy, and I had a really nice weapon, I could shoot you right now. Is this you? Are you on the 3rd floor of this building right here? That usually gets them to stop. I was gonna say make your fishing pole. Now I am not. Okay. Wait, no, I'm sorry. You're so young. I did, however, leave hints to where I lived as compensation. No one ever figures it out unless I hold their hand. That's fair. That's fair. When I do reveal things that I know about other people, I'm usually like, okay, now because I know that you know I know this, I will tell you a little piece about me. Because otherwise it just feels weird, especially, I don't know if this is just a thing about me. I feel like as a man, if you know a lot of things about women, it comes off slightly creepy, especially if you don't share anything about yourself. So then what I end up doing is I'm like, okay, so here's a few things about me just so you have, like, dirt on me if I'm, like, for some reason you deem that I'm a terrible person. Here's my first name. Do with this what you will. It's not like it's hard to find. I don't really go around sharing it anymore, but it is a thing that's out there. It's not something I like that's out there. I need to go scrub that once there's some time in the schedule, really. But it's whatever. There's worse information I have out there than that, really. Try to balance my life. I have school and YouTube. I'm right there with you, man. Although YouTube is currently my life. One of the great things about being single, guys, you don't gotta worry about balancing that with anything. You're just married to whatever you do. And since I'm not employed currently, I spend a lot of time on YouTube, Twitch, and the occasional clock app. I've been able to spend a lot of time working on my video game. I've been able to spend a lot of time looking at jobs. Not getting accepted to those jobs, but looking at them. So, you know, it's got its double-edged sword, you know. Dig Dug. Hello, Coral. Welcome on in. Dig Dug indeed. Anyway, fishing rod jinx, please. I'd love to see that bit in the lore. 40 hours, you say? Cracks knuckles. I got this. Oh boy. I have thought about just pinging the Discord and saying, hey, if everybody watched this video, if everybody that gets this ping watched this video one time, or however many times it would take, then we would be fully monetized. Now, obviously, not everybody would, but technically speaking, that message would be true. Using those two words, like you said, to find your exact coordinates. And even someone they're building encircled their window in an apartment complex. That's wild. Absolutely wild. I haven't done it, but I really want to do it to one of my friends. Because I know, generally speaking, where they live. I'm just waiting for Google to update the street view. And I want to DM them what car they're driving. But... but I don't have the time to know life and check when Google is gonna, like, go back across the street and all that. So it's... I'll get there when we get there eventually, I guess. But it would be fun. It would be so, so fun. Here's everyone's daily water ghost fact, so you can hunt me faster. I live in the United States. Oh boy, what a surprise. Coral, thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it. I don't like women. They're weird. When I was in 7th grade, I got picked again to be walking on stage with a part. I need a job right now. Don't say your name or your age. Sorry. Big reason is it's just an online safety thing. People don't have the best intentions, so I'm gonna delete that message just so you're ultimately safe. But nothing wrong with that, other than just I wouldn't recommend saying it online anywhere. I'm the one that has the biggest height. Dang, you're tall then. I'm usually pretty tall amongst my friends. 6 foot tall is about all you need. At least with the groups of people I hang out around. Although that's slowly shifting. The people that I've been associating with more and more, they're, the average height is getting taller than me, and I don't want to be the short one. I don't want to be the short one anymore. I'll force my friends to watch it. Nikita, you're a legend. Oh, hey, 6 foot buddies. Hey, you're 6 foot as well? W. Love it. Swifty, thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it. Just checking in. No worries. Hope you're having a good day. Enjoy the family. You're west of me, if I remember correctly. Oh, boy. That does narrow it down a little bit. Not a ton, but just a little bit. Voided, thank you for spending your taxes. 5 times total. GG's. Is that a Steve toy on your back? Yes, that right there is a Steve plush. It was a gift, and it's very near and dear. I would probably commit some serious war crimes against somebody if they desecrated that Steve. Women are pretty cool, though. I like women. Just to counterpoint your mention of women back there, Skitty, that's all. Obviously, you live in, South Dakota. South Dakota's a good guess. I would live in South Dakota. It lines up with the goals. Swifty is here. We betting today? Ooh, we should be betting. We should have bet earlier. I would have died with the horse. Like, that was crazy. Do you guys want to gamble? What would we gamble? I mean, we could die again. It's just unlikely. We could gamble on whether or not I'll finish digging out this half of the hole. That could work. Let's gamble doxable info. Oh boy. Yeah, everybody send me the information you're willing to dox of yourself, and then if you win, you get to stay anonymous. If you lose, then I leak it to the rest of the world. I like that. I really do. I think I read everything. Nah, war crime. We love war crimes. I haven't decided what my favorite war crime is yet, but it's one of them. It truly is one of them. You already know most of my info. I do know a little bit. I guess I do know a decent amount. What if the person who wins gets that info spreaded? Yeah, if you win, we decide to take you down a notch instead. And we're gonna leak everything. Oh, they just get everybody else's info. Okay, yeah, we could make that happen. Backtracking, I love women. Women are great. Women are amazing people. Just the winning part in that. You get bragging rights, I guess. You're like, yeah, I may have lost all of my privacy, but I did also, I did also win. Thinking about the loving women part again, just really quick. It always reminds me of those like really cringy videos of people listing like their top 5 favorite women. Which is like, you know, to an extent, respectable. But it gives off major simp energy, I'm not gonna lie. When a dude does it, I should say that. Otherwise, it's kind of silly. I think I could do that. You know, I can't even list 5 women. At this point, you know, I don't know if I could even name 5. Offensive, but y'all are too far away for me to care about info. Fair enough. I'm only 1 plane ride away. Technically. It's a very expensive plane ride. So I'm not gonna, like, do anything nefarious if I did have the info. But, I could theoretically, if I were a lot more rich. And a lot more nefarious, I suppose. that is a serious part to the equation. Come on. There we go. Boop. I need a shovel. Can we make a shovel? I don't have enough wood. It's fine. We'll just go around this. We'll go around. You can list me. I could be a favorite woman. There we go. Voided is one of my favorite women. I can't think of any other. Well, my mom and my sister and my nieces and Voided. There we go. It's like, hold on. I have family members that I should probably list here. But after them, Voided. Admiral, welcome on in. Thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it. I couldn't continue with what I was saying, so I was picked again on stage with a partner. When we were done practicing, I got to the back, and she hugged me. Like I was saying, women are weird. Dude, if you get a hug from a woman, that's awesome. Women give better hugs. What can I say? It's just true. What is snow like? I live in the tropics. I don't know. It's cold. It's wet. And it's only fun the first couple of times. After that, the reality hits where it's kind of like, you know, I miss being able to go outside. I miss knowing what the sun was like. I wish I could remember the taste of fresh strawberries. You know, the snow isn't terrible, though. I do like staying home, personally. So it's a great reason for me to stay home. But it is fun, especially when you're younger. I will say that. Going sledding was a great pastime. Snowball fights and building snowmen. You know, that was a thing that we did. Some people I know have even built igloos, which is, like, awesome. It's really, really cool. But it's all about the consistency of your snow, depending on what you can and can't do. Like, if it's really a very wet snow, then you can do a lot more shaping with it, but I wouldn't necessarily throw a snowball of purely wet snow, just because it will hurt. I've taken a couple to the face. Not a great time. Although my brother also used to throw icicles at me. So, you know, you can take from that story what you will. I was terrorized. Okay, let's go get, like, a shovel so that I could do that. Because there's dirt there, Actually, there's dirt there, okay. And then there's some gravel there, so it's just good. Maybe a favorite woman. I'm gonna go for a bit. I'll be back. Alright, sounds good, Water Ghost. I am many people's favorite woman. I somehow am not surprised by that. Admiral is a great woman. There's no more comments I'm gonna make on that for fear of cancellation, but there's some really killer jokes I could make there. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, I gotta go drive. See y'all later. See you, Voided. Appreciate you for hanging out. Drive safe, and we'll catch you another time. As much as I wish I could take credit, I am not the one who threw icicles. Yeah, that wasn't him. It was my older brother. One of my older brothers. We get along a little better now. Why didn't you make a creeper farm so you could blow it up and save you a lot of time? Creeper farm isn't really in the scope yet, but eventually I would like to build a creeper farm. Right now my big goal is just to take the world slow and just, build big things, but at my own pace. And so right now, like, as you can see, I'm still even in diamond armor. If I really wanted to speedrun it, I could have had full netherite by now. I haven't been to the nether yet, though. So it's, we're still early game. Even though we've been playing on this world for a long time, I have played this world for over 24 hours. So, you know, it's been It's been a long process, but I'm definitely enjoying the process. I encourage everybody to take the world slowly if you can. But yeah, we will build a creeper farm at some point. Definitely. You've clearly never had a bro hug. I've been hugged by a couple of bros, but they just don't hit the same. That doesn't mean, by the way, guys, if you're expecting a hug out of a woman, don't walk up and say, "Where's my hug at, girl?" Just throwing that out there. I've seen too many people try that. Listen, I was homeschooled. I've seen a lot of homeschoolers. I wasn't one of the weird ones. Don't just be hugged by a bro. Get hugged by your bros. See, I've done that. It's just, they're not really good at hugging. I'm sorry. As much as I wish I could take credit, I am not the one who threw icicles. It's way too young to understand just how little King mattered. Bruh. That's wild. Ouch. Ouch. Y'all hug people? I don't really anymore. But I used to. It's a very rare thing nowadays, for me. I am what, most therapists would describe as touch-starved, I believe. I can't remember the last time I've touched somebody. Yeah, I don't know. I really can't remember. Maybe, you know what? Like, maybe yesterday, when the waiter dropped off our food, and she gave me a refill on my water. I think her hand barely touched my hand. And, I think that was the last time. I think. And that, I don't think that really counts for the situation we're talking about here. I have a friend in the US and she told me that if the snow hardens and if you jump on it, you'll get seriously bruised. Yeah, you can get some trouble if you jump in the snow after it hardens. Like your friend said, once it sits out for a while, it will melt from the sunlight, but then it will freeze over again because it gets really cold at night. And unfortunately, your friend is absolutely correct. If you jump in it to like cushion your fall, or you throw it, or anything like that, it's just ice, and it hurts. It's fun though when it's fresh snow. We have this thing that we do sometimes here in the US when the snow is really fresh called tubing. And it's where you get like a inflatable of some sort. Kind of like the ones you would use in like a pool. And you go down like a little bit of a slope with it. It's a lot of fun. People also do that with mud. Mud tubing is another thing, but I don't know if that's really as popular. I really want to try skiing sometime, but I think at this point that's a far-fetched dream to ever go skiing. The way my bones and joints are looking, I'm thinking it's a no from my doctors. But, that all said, What my doctors don't know won't kill them. That's usually my theory. What they don't know won't kill them. You're too old to go skiing. Gee, thanks. I can't remember the last time I touched somebody. King Ragnar, thanks. You're going for the sticky note, I see. Oh, no. I do need to make the sticky note redemption. That was supposed to be something I was going to do last month, and then I didn't do it. It would be really easy for me to do, but I just don't. I don't know why. I guess you need people around to be hugged. I'm good, thanks. I'm right there with you. I don't like being around people, really. I like a very controlled time around people. That all said, if I'm around people, I wouldn't necessarily reject a hug for a couple of seconds, at most. I don't want like a big hug. It's just something small. So these are worth 1,500. So how many of those would I need if we're doing 25k? 25,000 divided by, what was it, 15? 15. So we only need 16 of these. That's not too bad. Especially since we already did a quarter of it. Alright, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm like the quiet kid in school, but I'm online. I'm not quiet at all. That's fair. That is completely and totally fair. I'll be back later because I need to stop my comment section. But no worries, dude. Appreciate you popping in. We'll catch you another time. Enjoy the rest of your night, though. Or day, depending on where you're from. I'm back. Oh, welcome back. Already here. Doo-doo-doo. So today, I don't know if you guys saw, but Minecraft put out a new snapshot. It's snapshot 6 of 26.1. So the first update of this year and the sixth snapshot of that update. It has some new baby mobs in it and a whole bunch of back-end changes. And I know a lot of people are really upset with Mojang, saying that they're not doing enough. In my opinion, the back-end changes are actually very fantastic. I kind of went into this a little bit in the video, but Mojang is doing a lot of back-end changes that you'll never see the exact reason why they did it until much later. When you're working on a game that is 17 years old, there's a lot of old stuff that you got to update and change because we've gotten better at developing games with new habits and new formats. And we've also got new technology that doesn't run on the old technology as well, or on the old code as well. So we got to update that as on top of it all. So it makes me really happy seeing Mojang actually going back and doing that. It's going to take a couple of years of them doing it, but while they're putting out these smaller updates, that's what they're doing. And I hope that, like, I hope that if people hear that that's why it's slow going, that maybe they'll be a little less angry about how small these drops are. Because I'll admit, I'm not, like, exactly the most thrilled about how the drops are, but I'm happy that we're getting something. You know, I bought the game for 30 bucks several years ago. Well, $27. And I've been playing it for 13 years now, admittedly. Like, over my entire time playing Minecraft, I bought the Xbox 360 edition, I bought the Wii U edition, I bought the Xbox One edition, I bought Java, which came with Bedrock when I bought it, but then it didn't later. So I bought Minecraft 4 different times. Admittedly, you know, that could be probably about $100 right there. But I've gotten free updates. Like, I can't complain about that. I really cannot complain about that. And I've been playing Java Edition for like 7 of those years. And then of course I also bought like some of the spin-off games, but you know, that's a whole other ordeal. I do need to finish playing Minecraft Dungeons at some point. I want to buy it, but I've just never gotten around to it. We'll get there when we get there. I'm in the Philippines, so it's daytime? Okay, I gotcha. Philippines are pretty cool. I know a couple people from there. It's currently... It's like a 13-hour difference, isn't it? So it's 8, 9... Is it like 9:30 in the morning for you guys? Maybe? I might be off on my timings there. I apologize. I might be thinking of Australia. And there's me who bought it 0 times. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. I mean, truthfully, the amount of times I actually bought Minecraft with my own money was maybe twice. I bought it once for my brother, and then I bought one of the versions for myself, but the rest of it was like I asked for it for like a gift for my birthday or Christmas, and that's when it came in. Right at 2K, even though I was at 1,900 subscribers. Why do I always get so many subscribers when I'm busy? I got reminded by one of my subscribers. You never know. YouTube just kind of does what it does. Sometimes your videos will pop off and you're making a lot of views and a lot of subscribers, and other times it's kind of quiet. You know, for me, all of December, I think I gained like maybe 20 subscribers. And then in January, I gained like 50. So, you know, it's one of those things. You may see a lot of results one month, and another month you may not. And the biggest thing you can do is just keep going regardless of whether or not you're getting results, because you should only really do YouTube if you're having fun. Can you make a lot of money? Yes. But for instance, I've been streaming and making YouTube videos for 4.5 years. So for a very long time. And I have made not a lot of money from it. I do it because I like it, not because I get filthy rich. Now, can you make a lot of money? Absolutely. I know a lot of people who have made a ton of money. But it sometimes means doing things in a way that you're not going to enjoy it as best you can. You're going to make more money working a normal full-time job, is the truth. Unless you just hit it big. But the time that you spend working on YouTube, at least especially in the early days, you're gonna make more overall through other means. For example, I've streamed over 4,000 hours, I believe. So to put that into instance, let's just do a very lowball estimate. Say you make $7.50 an hour over 4,000 hours. That's $30,000 just from streaming. That doesn't include everything that I've done for videos, which is probably about the same amount of time. That doesn't include all the time that I spend planning, you know, working a normal job that pays more than $7.50, because that's like minimum wage in a lot of places. That's federal minimum wage, I believe, here in the US. Most places pay more than that now. So, just some food for thought there. If anybody's out here going, I'm going to do it for money, don't do it for money. It's just, you're not going to make money doing YouTube unless you get really, really lucky, usually. Free is better seems good. I agree. I absolutely agree. Now forever I have to live with the guilt of people spending money on me. No, it was a gift. It was a gift. I make short clips that help streamers grow on TikTok and Shorts. I can make you some free to test if you're down. I appreciate the offer, Coral, but I actually make my own shorts and clips when I have free time. And I don't really have money to pay anybody, and I don't really like having people do free labor for me. So, as much as I appreciate the offer, I'm gonna just have to politely decline. Hello, Kid Accords. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. No, because now I've read that. What do you think of my progress, man? I joined YouTube 11 months ago and made my first video 3 months ago. Inspired by Donnie Bobes. Donnie Bobes, that is a name I haven't heard in a very, very long time. And I actually know somebody who owns a Discord server that Donnie Bobes is in. In fact, I actually moderate for it. Pretty crazy, right? Pretty crazy. Now, if you posted your first video 3 months ago and you're at 1,900 subscribers, that is pretty crazy. It just depends on what sort of content you make, though. You know, if you're making meme videos tend to do a lot better, and they tend to pull in a lot more subscribers and videos like that. If you're doing like, if you're doing something that's more update oriented, that's gonna pull in a lot of eyes up front. It just kind of depends on your niche. But generally speaking, that is a very good growth rate, absolutely. It's treating me better than the Ferrari, heck yeah. Ferraris are overrated anyway. It's all about the name. It's all about the name. When I join, my phone will die. Hey, dude, if your phone's about to die, then just go charge it. Take a break. Enjoy the real world for a little bit. I appreciate you being here, though. Minimum wage, where you enjoy what you're doing, then get a job. Oh yeah. Here's the truth about YouTube. If you're doing it for money, do it while you're doing something else for money. I wouldn't recommend anybody do YouTube for money, but you already heard me all say that, so I'm not gonna like go down that rant again. There's better ways to get rich and famous. Although I would argue nowadays it's probably easier to make it big on YouTube and TikTok than it is to get into acting, singing, and all that, because you use YouTube and TikTok for that. Like one of my favorite artists right now, CMLXXXV. She is gaining a huge following through YouTube. I wouldn't have found her if it wasn't for that. By the way, she just released a new song called Don't Tell Me to Breathe, I believe. I think that's what it was called, Don't Tell Me to Breathe. Very good song. Highly recommend you guys check it out. Free promo. How's the stream been going? It's going pretty good. We're currently digging out about half of this hole. As you can see, it's a pretty big area, 25,000 blocks total, around about anyway. And it's taken a while, but it's been a lot of fun. We accidentally killed my skeleton horse. I died. But we're getting pretty far. We're almost done with this little portion, and then once we're done with this, we'll probably go to fishing for a little bit, because we do need to get a mending book. And then, we'll see where that takes us next, I guess. My phone will die by lag. My phone is 99%. I look, charge my phone when it's at 40. I get that. My phone right now is 83% right now, which isn't terrible. but it does die pretty quickly, like you said. I have to charge mine when it's at around 40, because it'll drop from 40 down to 20 in about 10 minutes. So my phone's not holding up as well as it used to. Fun, sad about the horsey, yeah, it is what it is. He was my day one ride or die, but as all ride or dies, you either ride them or they die. So he died, but it's an opportunity to get a faster horse, right? Oh, that's sad. That's really sad. Like, imagine applying that principle to people. Yeah, my best friend died, but it gives me an opportunity to meet, like, an even better friend, right? That is what we would probably call toxic optimism, I feel like. I don't know. That is really depressing. I feel bad for the horse. What have I done? Wow. I promise I'm not that way with people. Just horses, apparently. We're getting a little bit of frame rate lag. I'm actually editing while watching. Nice. Editing. I actually have started to like editing a little bit more. Partially because I tell myself, you will finish this soon or else. Like, I found great ways to tell myself, if you don't finish this, you're gonna regret everything in your life. Which has been very helpful. You actually get a lot of stuff done. That's good. Yeah, you know, I actually have a soul, contrary to popular belief. It used to be that my friends thought I didn't. I had a reputation uphold, though. But I do have a soul. I do. You're good, dude. You're good. Grammar is hard sometimes. Give me that, and then we need to go get another chest. So I'll be right back. Put you away. There we go. Alright. So we'll get the hole done, I think. And then we'll probably... Yeah, like I said, we'll go do a little bit of fishing, because we should have the hole done within the hour. My streams are supposed to be like 2 to 3 hours, so we'll probably split the difference, go 2.5 maybe. It just depends on how I'm feeling. But I also need to record an episode tonight, so we'll see what happens. Nathan, thank you for the time travel. Oh, I'm upside down. There it goes. I was gonna say, I'm not upside down. I'm supposed to be, but I'm not. There we go. Oh, right here. Doot. And then... Anything else that we need to do? Don't think so. Put that there. And then... Screen looks weird. It's a little strange. The people on the other app, the other stream, they can use their channel point to change things on the screen, including things you guys see right here and right now. Okay, I think this is... Yeah, Ouch. I did not know that. Yeah. It's, not something I like openly advertise just because YouTube gets really annoyed if you go around saying like, oh yeah, I'm live on this other platform, because they get really jealous. So I don't really talk about it a ton on stream just because of that. But I am on other places. Well, one other place. Living on the purple side, we have so much power. You do. You do indeed. I've never done a live in my life. Lives are fun. I like them. It's fun to be able to interact with people in real time. That's what I really like about it. It's what I would do if I only had the ability to... Oh. Begins with T and ends with something you scratch. Yeah, something kind of like, it rhymes with itch, but it starts with a T. Because YouTube doesn't like when we say its name. But it does exist. I mean, I have to get really creative about advertising it at all when AI starts reading into it, because we're gonna be screwed. I do like streaming. If I could, I would probably only stream truthfully, but I also really enjoy making videos. Like, I really, really do enjoy that. And of course, I also like making video games. Well, I enjoy making the one video game. I have yet to find another game that I would really enjoy making, I think. I can't wait to show you guys what I've got in store for Omnia. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm just saying. Minecraft. Hello, MLG. Welcome on in. Yes, that one. That one, Nikita. We back? Alright, sounds good, Skitty. Appreciate you popping in. Okay, yeah, we're almost done here. Good. Well, my sir, again, we do be vibing. That's always good. We do enjoy the vibes. We're just digging a hole right now, just trying to get it finished clearing up. And then we'll be fishing for a little bit today as well. How about the W? Although some people would say there should be an L instead of a W. I don't know. I personally don't hate the purple platform. I understand why they make a lot of decisions they do. But I also understand some people's frustration with it. So, you know, it's two things at once can be true. How can you forget the W? W, man. W. Oh, I'm so happy we found Dark Oak earlier as well, guys. I know Reg's the W, except he forgot about it too. It's okay. We can pretend the W's there. We didn't forget it, we just didn't see it, right? Warped is my favorite. Warped is pretty good. That's the blue one, right? Yeah. I do like the color. Reg stole the W. Dang, I'm stealing W's now. I mean, don't mind if I do. Great thinking, Nikita. Y'all are trying to butter me up for something. I don't know what. But it's something. Okay. I don't know what's going on. I'm a little lightheaded. You know, a little thirsty. Well, a lot thirsty. Good check. Okay, my heart rate's just fine. It's at 84. I'm just being me. Oh, well. I'm back. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well, Skitty. Guess who's back? Back again. Ba-ba-ba. There's something I was going to talk about today. I'm forgetting what it was. What was it? I'm too tired to have a planned reg. You know, I respect that. I'm right there with you. I am right there with you. I don't know what it's been, but the last couple of days have been, like, just exhausting. I woke up today at 11. It's like, okay, I'll get out of bed. You know, I got 7 hours of sleep. Should be enough to function. I was awake for maybe 5 minutes, and I sat up so that I wouldn't fall back asleep. And I guess I somehow ended up laying back down and falling asleep for another few hours. Like, it was an hour and a half of sleep again. I was so mad. I was so mad. I'm still pretty tired, honestly. But whatever. Being tired is just part of living, I guess. I just wish that wasn't part of the deal. Gee, is that King Reg of the Nogs? It's a me. Hello, Water Ghost. Welcome back. What are you? Okay. I need to sign up, or I need to tell Reddit to stop sending me notifications, email notifications. I'm not on Reddit anymore. Like, I still have an account. I just don't really like being on the site because I'm gonna sound like a conspiracy theorist for a second, but like Reddit is literally a hive mind. It's an echo chamber of a whole bunch of middle-aged dudes who think the exact same, and I kind of hate it there. That being said, sometimes they make some really interesting posts, and I always want to click in there and see what's going on. Especially when it comes to like guitars, game development, and productivity. And they know that that's what I'm really interested in, and so they send me emails like every day of like, hey, check out this thing. And it's really tempting, but I can't. I go on there for memes and whatnot. That's fair. There are some pretty good memes on Reddit. When I was on Reddit primarily, it was not for great reasons, admittedly. I'm gonna tell you about something. You guys gotta promise not to look it up because it will damage your psyche, okay? I'm sure it's probably not been taken down, truthfully. It was this place called 50/50, which was 50/50. 50% chance of it being something like wholesome and good to look at. 50% chance of something probably really that you would want to bleach your eyes for. I'm talking like crime scene photos and various other how do I put this in a mostly family-friendly way? Forbidden spaghetti. I think we get the gist. I hope you know. I hope you guys get the gist because I really don't want to like go into huge detail on it. I used to gamble my sanity there all the time. It was awful. It was awful. It was really addicting. I'm not gonna lie. You learn a lot about how the human body works, let me tell you. What's Reddit? You're better off not knowing. But if you do want to know, it's basically a website where pretty much anything goes. You can talk about a lot of different things there. A lot of people go there for help, so they'll ask questions there. A lot of people use it to just share interesting things that they find. It's mostly a harmless place. In practice, though, I think it does a lot of harm as well. But a lot of places do that, too. It's just qualification of being an adult. No! Certified unk. You're not wrong. How do taxes work? Basically, the government needs money to function because they need to be able to keep everybody in a row and understand, like, hey, you know, we're going this direction, so in order for us to do that, we need a bunch of money so that we can protect you guys from the bad people. So we gotta fund an army, we gotta fund our police, we gotta fund our medical services and our fire services and all these things. But money doesn't just come from trees, although it kind of does because it's paper, but money doesn't come from trees. So, in that case, it's got to come from somebody. So the government says, hey, if you give us our money so that we can do these things for you, then we'll be able to provide these things. So then you give them a portion of what you earn, and they, in turn, provide services to the people. That's how taxes are supposed to work. There's a lot of things I could say about it, but I'm not gonna like get into it because that'll probably lead us down political discussion, and I don't really want to do that today. But taxes in theory are a great thing, actually, but in practice, they have probably overreached what they are supposed to do. That's my take on an overgeneralization of taxes. Of course, also government officials need paid. I'm not saying that they should work for free because it is a full-time job for most of those positions, but maybe they get paid a little too much. That all said, let me go and read regs. Shut, please. I will. We'll take a lot. I've seen things. No, Nathan. You were on the internet earlier than I was. You probably remember when YouTube had some of those places and things. Yay, politics. The government needs money, but they don't tell you how much money. Exactly. They just, they say guess. And if you guess wrong, you will get thrown in federal jail. So, don't guess wrong. It's actually not as bad as guessing. A lot of people say it's guessing. Most places give you a little slip of paper that says exactly how much you owe. It only gets complicated filing your taxes when, at least here in the US, it only gets complicated filing your taxes when you have business expenses and you don't keep track of your business expenses. And then when you overpay, they don't tell you. Yeah, they'll maybe say later on, like, hey, you paid us a little too much, so we'll give you some money back. Or, we already spent it. Sorry. It's like, what? Depends on what they use it, these taxes for. Yeah. Well, if a girl says I like you, what should I do? I don't understand women. Well, do you like her back? That is the biggest and most important question I can ask you. Because, truth of the matter is nobody likes to just, have their heart played with. So if you don't like her back, don't lead her on. You're also both very young, so you got to keep that in mind, the logistics of that. I'm not saying young people shouldn't date, but there are a lot of things about young people dating that they don't initially think of. I want to be single forever. Well, in that case, you need to let her down, but you need to do it gently. You shouldn't just like outright say, I don't like you, and I never, I don't know why you would ever say such a thing to me, like you're stupid for liking me. Don't say that. That's bad. If you want to be single forever, though, you know, just kind of say it's not you in specific. It's, you know, it's just where I'm at in life. I don't really want to pursue a relationship with anybody, and that's okay. You can say that. It may hurt her because, you know, the heart wants what the heart wants. But, you know, ultimately, it's going to hurt her less if you do that than to lead her on. Don't share ages in chat, please. Yes. Be careful of that. Be careful of that. I know you didn't say any name, but just attaching ages to anybody kind of tells you what your age might be, and we don't want anybody to be, I can only protect you so much, obviously, but the internet is full of a lot of weirdos. So I try to minimize what I can, at least. And then when you overpay, they don't tell you. Someone's getting called Unk again. I wouldn't be Ghost. He's an iPad kid. Dang. Also, there's different likes, right? That's true. There are different likes. And that doesn't mean you can't be friends with her. Did I say older or younger? Like, I should say that. You could say that she's older than you. I don't know if it really matters in this situation. In this specific scenario, if you just, you know, if you're not interested, then it wouldn't necessarily change the way you approach it, in my opinion. Just due to the fact that she is older, she probably will take it a little better, but that's just a general rule. That's not always true. Everybody matures differently. I know statistically, women mature faster than men. That said, that's not always true to lived experiences, and it doesn't mean you can just be rough with her feelings. You know, you do need to be aware that when she puts her heart on the line, she's trusting you at least to some extent to not absolutely shatter it. The best thing you can do, though, is just be yourself and be honest. That's all I can really tell you, because I don't know you and I don't know her. But I did not know any of the rules because it's my first time watching it live. Sorry, no, you're good, dude. You're good. It's just general internet rules, really. We try to not have people share ages just to protect you guys. I would hate if something happened to any of you because you said your age in a chat one time and somebody tried to take advantage of that. You know, a lot of people think young people are gullible, and sometimes they are. And there's no shame in that. It's just you guys haven't lived in the world as long as other people have. You know, I've made a lot of mistakes in my time, so that's why I know some of these things do matter more than we let on. But I've also seen enough other people go through those mistakes that it's kind of like, yeah, maybe I should kind of just throw the warning out there for you guys as well. Hey, be careful. Ignorance is bliss, but it's also a curse in this area. Absolutely. Absolutely. Global isn't even a real word. It's not even in the dictionary. That's crazy. That's crazy. Old words from a man who didn't watch Lord of the Rings. Dang. That's on the ceiling. Ah, the oldest one in the book. Language is funny like that. I love looking into languages. I need to write my own language, actually, for Omnia. Eventually, we're going to add aliens into the game, and because... because of the fact that they're not going to have contacted Earth at all from that point on, it can't be some variants of another language. It has to be... its own unique language in its entirety, which I'm not sure how that's going to work yet. But looking into like linguistics and such, you know, generally speaking, there is a science to it. So I know I can at least follow that to some degree and say, okay, this is how we could form a language. And I'm really excited to do that at some point. But that's like a later down the road sort of thing. Oh, I hate learning languages. Did Spanish on Duolingo, and holy, I spent 100 days for nothing. No, that's so real. Duolingo is good for like starting, I think. It gets you like decent enough. French, sorry. Okay, I gotcha. I did Spanish on Duolingo. It gets you a little bit of the way, but I felt the best way to learn was actually when you had other friends to speak it with. And then you also needed to research your own words as well. But that's true about a lot of languages. Immersion is the only way to actually learn something. So you need to sit there and you need to go, okay, there's... the situation is this in this movie that I'm watching, and he said this. The subtitles translated it to this, so that word could probably be used in these situations as well. That's the only way to really learn Spanish, and, well, any language really is immersion, from my understanding. Okay, we got Lure 2 there. I'm going to utilize that. We're gonna make an anvil. My first one. I always get those reversed. Oh. Okay. No French, we like it. Pneumonic ultramicroscopic silica volcaniconiosis, longest word in the world, and I can't even say it. It is a very long word, but it's a fun word. It is a fun word. 8, 16. Okay, well, we'll go for 8. I need to go get 3 more levels here. How could I get all that? Let's what I'll do, I'll come in here. My ores, I can smelt the iron at the very least. I can smelt the gold. That'll get us a little bit. And then it's coming to night. I can also kill a couple of the chickens. That's my XP farm, guys. I did this just so I could have feathers for the question or comment of the day, and I've never looked back. Alright. Alright, we got a fishing rod now. Okay, sleep. Okay. Aliens, we love aliens. I hate learning languages, French, and Filipino, but I like English. I can't really talk a lot in English. That's fair. English is a little hard to pick up. I mean, I'm native to English, and even I struggle with it sometimes because there's a lot of unwritten rules about it that kind of make it a pain in the butt. So I totally get it. Okay, we should be able to catch fish and books and all the treasures faster than ever now with Lure 2, Mending, and Luck of the C3. We should be good. I'm still wondering if I do Spanish or French next year. I am more on the Spanish side though, so I'm just doing that, I guess. Fair enough. A misconception with learning a new language is that is the textbook style, which can work, never the best for long-term understanding unless you specifically only know how to learn in that style. Spanish is easier for Americans, but French is more fun if you can speak it. Yes, yes. Also in a French-speaking part of the U.S. Oh, that makes sense. I'm English. You are English. King Kilnog, that's me. Is this sequence, bro? Bro, you kill the chicken in Minecraft? What we kill the chicken in real life and we cooked it? You're all good, dude. Don't beat yourself up over grammar. It's the internet. Most people really don't care. You're all good. Spanish is a bit more common in the world, but not my decision. I'd pick whichever one seems more enjoyable to you. Yes, that's truthfully the correct answer. Whatever you enjoy and whatever seems more comfortable. I will say, if it's an option, German is a really cool language. My brother has picked up a little bit of that. And it's also very similar to English in a lot of regards. Like, in fact, some of the words are just pretty much exactly the same, just with a slightly different spelling. It's a really, really cool language, though. 100% Spanish, not gonna lie. Fair enough. Fair enough. I did French and German at school. German is much better to learn. Fair enough. I think German would be a lot easier to pick up than any other language, just for me. Just because, like I said, it is very similar to English. English borrows from other languages, so that's not surprising. Yup. German is very fun. The spelling is very easy as well. Yes. No, German isn't an option. That's fair. That is fair. French, I just don't understand because it does, like, a lot of weird things that don't make sense to me. Like, what is it? Toi? Which is spelled the most obnoxious way possible. I'm just like, dude, French, I'm sorry. I don't know. It's a very lovely language when people speak it, in a certain tone, I can see why people would call it a romantic language. But it is like one of the grossest sounding languages if somebody starts speaking it when they're angry. I'm sorry. It is like, oof. Hangul is very fun and easy, although I learned this in my own time. Hangul, where? I have tongue tie, so I am limited on languages I can learn. That's fair. That is fair, bro. Any language is romantic. It's just muted setting. Yes, absolutely. Hangul is South Korean. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, that would be a fun one then. That would be a really, really fun one. Are the most useless. I have the most use. Wow, I can't read. I have the most useless mother tongue. Whoop whoop. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. At least it's not Latin, right? Actually, my parents, well, my mom wanted me to learn how to read and speak Latin, but we never actually did it because, one, it's a dead language, but two, she didn't really want to learn a lot about it, and so it meant that she couldn't really force me to do it either. So we just kind of ignored that one. I kind of wish we did learn it, only because it would have helped me learn so many other things. Any Latin-based language, I would automatically have a leg up in, and then like also just the fact that it'd be really cool to just randomly start speaking it, and people going, "Oh my goodness, he's chanting in Latin," and I could, like, I actually could. Not fluent, however, just the basics. Have theory, not the brunt work of learning vocab. Yeah. Theory is good though. That gets you to the point where you at least know you have the basics so that you have a foundational knowledge, which is important. I think more people were forced to learn Latin than Flemish Dutch. Yeah, that's probably true. That is more than likely true. Knowing language theory is essentially guitar music theory. Exactly. I wish I also learned music theory a little bit more, which I know it's not too late to teach myself it or whatever, but I'm at the point where I'm in talks with. Well, I've got one person doing some work on Omnia for my music so that the game will have sound. But I really want to learn how to do some of it myself as well so I can make some placeholder tracks and also send some music to composers to tell them, like, hey, this is kind of what I want, but I don't have the samples. I don't have an orchestra. I don't have the time to make this into a complete piece or pieces. So I'll pay you to turn what I've made here into a full soundtrack. Because I know there's like a lot of great composers out there. I talked to one person, and he was like, "Yo, if you could talk to Gareth Coker and get some music made for it, that would be sick." Gareth Coker did all of the Minecraft console edition mini games and also the mashup pack soundtracks. I use his music in my videos all the time. Um, Scott Buckley is another guy that I want to look into commissioning, possibly. He does music for video games. He does the music for Alan Becker's videos as well. But I'd love to actually give them like a small direction so that they could at least know what I'm imagining. But I don't know if that'll happen or not. We'll have to wait and see. I learned a bit, but the time is not enough for me to justify the means. I respect that. I respect that. I should probably do that for my decked out, but I also want to learn how to make my own stuff. Yeah. Making your own stuff is, it's so much more satisfying to, well, I say it's so much more satisfying. It's satisfying to a degree to be able to say you made it yourself, but also at the same time, sometimes it's not worth the amount of time it would take you to do it. At least I got forced to learn French and English in school. Not completely useless, yay. English is a must no matter where you're from. Yeah, I mean, at this point, it almost definitely is. I mean, I don't know what it's like on if you don't know English across the whole of the internet, but you know, it's just that's what a lot of user-generated content is made from, is English. I know there's a lot of other languages as well that generate content, but I can't imagine it being nearly as wide of a base as English. Now, maybe that's just ignorant of me to say. I don't know, but that's been my observed perspective. I should probably do that. What do moderators do? Moderators make sure that your chat stays safe. So what they do is they ban people who say things that are against the rules. They can delete messages. They can just try to make sure everybody's being safe. That's all. They're people that you trust, basically. For me, it's broadening my horizons, new skills, and I get the exact thing I want from it. And it's not exactly like I'm spending days on a single audio thing. That's fair. Yeah. And I got red currently 8 for me, and I'm like, Nathan, I would like to sleep. Go sleep, Water Ghost. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Go get some rest. Don't want you staying up past your bedtime. Good night. Crazy. Crazy. Twitch Automod. Twitch Automod is, it's a thing. It is a thing. Oh, well, we got here. Curse of Vanishing. Wow, thanks. Let me, I need to check something. I just remembered something from you saying Twitch Automod. Okay, there we go. Boop. 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 There we go. Automod is special. It sure is. It sure is. We love the Automod, don't we? It's a treat. It's a treat. I will say, I don't see any bots because I set up Automod to catch them. But I do know it catches some of your guys' messages, and I never see those. Is it nighttime on your country? Yes, it is currently 9 p.m. It's pretty late. The water and beef is eternal. Now go to sleep. Appreciate you popping in, Ghost. Water Ghost. Sorry. Didn't mean to, like, half name you there. In my country, it's 11:20. Oof. I'd be just about waking up around then, if all goes to plan. I need to try to wake up around then on Thursday, if I can. These next couple of days, I'm going to try to fix my sleep schedule. I can't promise it'll work, but I'm going to try. 8:20, too early. Got to be up for another 6 to 8 hours. Yeah, samesies. Words are hard. I'm gonna be up for a while regardless. Because I do have some deadlines I'm trying to meet, and I would hate for me to already start missing those. So I'm trying to make some plans to make some stuff happen. We'll see if it works. But I'm going to probably be up till 2, maybe 3 a.m. We'll see. We will see. Although I've just been kind of going to bed whenever I need to, so it's not been too bad. All right. We'll fish for about 10 more minutes, and then I'll wrap stream up. 3 a.m. in the morning, put my key on the door, and great track. Gosh. Back for end of stream. Hey, Voided, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully your drive was mostly uneventful. Might get me some ice cream and brownie. Ooh, I've got, well, I don't know if I still have them, but they may have been eaten by now. But we had some brownies and cookies downstairs, and we also have ice cream as well. I'm assuming the ice cream is still there. It may have been eaten. It was bought yesterday, but that does not mean it's still there. Ice cream is good, though. I'm 100% in agreement with you guys. I would love to be up for another 6 to 8 hours, but I do need sleep. I respect that. Sleeping is a thing that you need. Ice cream. What flavor? Yeah, what flavors are your guys' favorites? Let's hear it. I know for me, I like mint chocolate chip. It's a really good flavor. I know a lot of people hate on it, but I don't mind that it tastes like toothpaste. I kind of like it. Mint chocolate chip is always a winner. Yeah. But I'm not against like moose tracks or fudge tracks, whatever it's called. Moose tracks always, yeah, okay, I see you guys. And I like vanilla. Vanilla's okay. You can't really like go wrong with the tried and true vanilla. Chocolate chip, fish food, Ben & Jerry's, black licorice, Rocky Road. Ooh, Rocky Road's good. I don't know about fish food and black licorice, but I'll look those up. Annie, Ben & Jerry's cherry. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, it goes up to lure 3? I thought it only went up to lure 2. Oh. Okay. Cookie dough, Ben & Jerry's is winner too. Yeah. Cookie. I just like ice cream. I think that's what we're starting to realize here. I like peanut butter. Peanut butter is also a good one. Coffee. There's a couple of good coffee flavored ice creams. Made a ton of brownies this week. 2 9x13 batches with 11-inch squared. And 11.5-inch thick. Or 1.5-inch thick per serving with 8 servings per batch. It's a tie between mint chocolate chip and triple chocolate fudge chocolate chip ice cream. That sounds amazing. Fish food is so good. Okay, I gotta Google this. What is it actually like? Gooey marshmallow swirls, caramel swirls, and fudge fish. Oh, that sounds delightful. Wait, yeah, I can see why you would like this. I'm a fan. I'll have to try that sometime. I'm allergic to peanut butter. Oof. That's okay. I know a lot of people who are, so. Completely and totally fair. Did you buy your own PC? I built it. So I bought all the parts, and then I put it all together. And I've had to do some maintenance repairs over time. So I know it's getting to the point where I'm going to have to start replacing it probably soon. I replaced the power supply not too long ago. That was an emergency. And then I also had to replace the cooling unit as well. But, you know, it's all good. Reese's Klondikes are also good. Oh, dude, I haven't had a Klondike bar in forever. But those are very good, yes. I have chocolate in my freezer. Nice. I should make some ice cream. How's the machine? Oh, dude, I'm jealous. I am jealous. Good, but also very expensive. Yeah. Yeah. I'm right there with you on that one. We used to get them when I was a kid, but definitely was a treat. I have no idea how to even pronounce that, Nikita. What is that? Stracciatella means little shreds in Italian. Refers to 3 distinct popular Italian foods. Commonly creamy, fresh cheese made from mozzarella curds and cream the filling of burrata. Popular flavor gelato with fine chocolate shavings or a savory Roman egg drop soup. So I'm assuming you're talking about the gelato, maybe? Yeah, okay. I've had gelato once. That looks delightful. Oh my goodness. But it looks like there's an actual ice cream as well. That looks good. I could see why you'd like that. Hot take, but I prefer gelato. I could see occasions where I prefer that over the other. I could definitely agree with that. We have some Shrek flavored bomb pops the other day. Pretty good. Ooh. What is Shrek flavor? I'm very curious. I'm gonna watch some. Okay, sounds good, Skitty. You're all good. You're all good. Go enjoy whatever you're doing, and we'll catch you another time though. Appreciate it. Basic vanilla with chocolate bits. I have no clue what that is, Skitty. I'm gonna be honest. I'll stick to my $5 of 4 pints of great value mint chocolate chip. Thank you very much. I'll eat whatever's cheap. I'm not too picky on that. You know, I've reached a point in life where I know life is so short that I really could just I should just eat what I want. That's not a good thing to say, but I should be able to eat what I want. I should be able to eat as much as I want. And, you know, ice cream is one of those things. Well, yes, there are some higher dollar ice creams. And yes, they do taste good. I will buy the cheap stuff so that I can enjoy it almost every day instead of having to limit myself. I wouldn't know what the flavor of the Shrek Pops are. I think lime, but I don't know. That would make sense. Sorry, wow. It's fair. I used to have a market that sold a bunch of different flavors. It was so good. Interesting. I always wanted to, but never had the ability. I was at a place that was serving gelato, and I don't remember what it was called. It was like a very fancy place, though. I was there with a couple of friends. I don't remember what it was called, but it was like, it wasn't a chain, but it kind of was at the same time. It was a local chain, but I don't live there anymore, so I can kind of say that. You should tell us the exact name of the gelato place. No, I'm not holding a pen and paper. Just wait till I start talking about some place I used to go to in Florida. There's this place in Florida. I don't know if they've ever expanded outside of it, but it's called Witch Witch. It's a sandwich place. It's actually pretty good. Actually pretty good. One of you guys will start camping out at all those places, and you'll find exactly which one I'm at some point in time. And you'll be like, I found you. I've heard of Witch Witch? Hey, nice. Okay. The mid, fair enough. Fair enough. It's not for everybody. But, I will say, when we go down, we gotta get it. Because there's not any good sandwich places up here. Once places have their own state, they're not as good. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point. Like, I've had Raising Cane's. I'm gonna be so honest. That is the most mid chicken I've ever had. Like, I know everybody's like, it's so much better than Chick-fil-A. It's all this, and you can have it on Sundays. I don't know what they're seeing in Raising Cane's. I'm gonna be so real. It's not good. Like, it's okay, but I would just rather make chicken at home. Like, I can get probably the same exact chicken tenders they're putting in their oven or fryer or whatever, because, like, it is so mid. I don't know why everybody raves on and on and on about it. Like, Chick-fil-A isn't even really all that good. Let me just say that. Like, I like it, but at least I can't make that chicken at home. I could definitely make Raising Cane's quality chicken at home, though. Hey, Jellyfish, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Nice try avoided. Hi? Hello? Hello? I'm sorry, guys. That was, not good. I'm so sorry. Nerdin, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. My graphics card just, like, died for half a second, I guess. It killed Minecraft, which I'm, like, really mad about, because it probably didn't save. Oh well. Whatever. You know, it's fine. Okay. We just hit the 2-hour mark too, man. Stonks indeed. You guys get to submit extra taxes. GG's. That was a mega crash. It was pretty bad. Let me read your chats. I'm sorry about that. Cane's is something I had to grow up on, so it has a special place in my random cravings. That's fair. In-N-Out, mid, Dutch, pretty good. Cane's, better than Chick-fil-A, to be honest. Five Guys, mid. Five Guys is so bad. I don't understand what people see in it. Like, I get it to a certain extent. Like, it's probably about the experience more than anything. Because every time I've been, People are like, well, the fries are so good. So I go and I get the fries. Not my thing. Okay. But then I go back and I tell them, like, you know, it wasn't really my thing. They're like, well, did you get a milkshake with your fries? Well, no, you didn't tell me I needed a milkshake. Well, apparently you need the milkshake, too. It's kind of like, well, if you like their milkshakes, just say you like their milkshakes. So you don't have to say, like, their burgers, their fries, and their milkshake all put together is what makes them the best. I know that's like a... I think it just duped my inventory. Okay, you know what? I don't care. It totally duped my inventory. Oh well. Actually, wait, no it didn't. I don't think it did. Okay. If I sleep, will it reset again? If it crashes, just know I love you guys, okay? And I'm not coming back. We'll do a raid if it does crash, though, I promise. In-N-Out was good, but it's not nearly as good as everybody else says. Squints, Reg, you should go to A&W for root beer and fries. A&W has great root beer. Fries are mid. Everything else is mid. The food is mid. The A&W is good, though. I like A&W. But I could just go to the store and get some A&W, personally. I know. I'm that guy. I worked at Five Guys. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Nerdin, congrats on hitting 100 subs. That is awesome. GG's, dude. There you are. Stonks. Reg restarted stream just to see me get 6-7 taxes, bruh. It's true, I did. I worked at Five Guys. Five Guys sucks. Five Guys is good if you don't have anything else and it's super late and lazy. Fair enough. Wait. 6 Guys are better than 5 Guys? There actually are 6 Guys. What? Huh? Every food place is better if you work there because you can do whatever. That's fair. That is totally fair. It's not too expensive. That's kind of my take as well. I went there once when I was in Arizona. It was so mid. Like, everybody's like, oh, we gotta go to Five Guys. So I went with them. I felt like it was okay, but for the cost, I was like, eh. Not my cup of tea. I would have just rather have gone to, like, a Chipotle or something, you know? I've never gotten it. Too expensive. Completely fair. We don't need to know what you do in your spare time. It was a father and his 4 sons. Dad retired when his 4th son was old enough. Oh. That's interesting. Lovely time for ads, exactly. Please know that the bags of potatoes are $12. What? The best part about Five Guys is the Five Guys Olympics, in which stores compete with the fastest prep. That is insane. Here in Arizona, I feel like a pub would be more common. I was in an age group where we probably had no business going to any pubs. It was a very young age group. We were like teenagers. In the middle of Phoenix in the summertime. So it wasn't like, it wasn't a great time for us to probably hit the pubs. Let's see, can I join the server? No, there is no server. Welcome on into time. At the end of a rush, I asked to have a leftover patty. My manager said I had to eat all of them or get none and be back in 5 minutes. I slammed a 7-patty burger in 3 minutes. Holy cow! Voided! GG's! That is awesome! Rips makes more sense, but rips, yeah. Alright, let's see if it crashes. Three, 2, 1. I don't know why it crashed. I don't know. 2 times, thank you for the subscribe. I appreciate it. Did you lose any progress in the world? Have you been backing it up? I don't, like, do, like, backups before every stream, but I didn't lose any progress because world saving happens before player data saves. So, like, for example, down in the cave, or the mines, it's been here so long that it's already saved. But, for example, my player data will not save unless it's a clean save. So, it didn't set me that far back, truthfully. Oh, wait, hold on. Yoink. It's lagging. Oof. I'm in the middle of nowhere, so I'm currently watching a slideshow. I'm sorry. Could have been an insta frame of everything on the PC spiking at once. It's very possible. He congratulated me for breaking the store record. Shrug. That's awesome. That is absolutely insane. GG's. Paying attention, when did stream cut out? 10 minutes ago. Yeah. I think we're gonna have to wrap up stream. I'm sorry, guys. I know that kind of happened at a bad time, but it's okay. It's fine. Why wasn't you paying attention? Rude. I know. Coral's a fake fan. Oh, Reg, what's up? What's up, Rift? Couple of things. I'll just go ahead and do this. If you guys want, I highly recommend you guys check out Omnia sometime. It's a great place. That's my Discord server linked right there. You guys can join that and get updates about my game that I'm working on. No pressure, but I'm gonna be posting some things in there soon. Do you know the 17-second Linkin Park Screamy Scream from what's it called? I'm Giving Up. Giving Up, is that the song? Yeah, that one. Giving Up. Yeah. Are you trying to do it? If so, you are amazing. I've only been able to do it once while I was in the car, and I was really, really feeling it. I joined the server before you said anything. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I wasn't paying attention. The rudest. VIP removal. Wow. Okay. Oh, well, we just got a raid. We can't end now. Aaron Phillips, welcome on in. How's it going, Raiders? Hello. What are you guys up to today, if you don't mind me asking? Hey, Siri, set a timer for 30 minutes. Okay. There we go. I make sure I don't spend too much time streaming. I'll get too distracted. Playing some Cobblemon? Nice. Did you catch any cool creatures, or mostly a chill, laid-back kind of day? Very curious. Why are you plotting against me? Gotta keep the price low, you know? For no particular reason. Coughs. Reg, what's your favorite view of the world right now? With a build or without a build? Because there's 2 very different answers there. If it's without a build, it would totally be over here. For whatever reason, this mountain right here is just super majestic for no reason. Ignore the voxy rendering. That's a bug because the shader pack I'm using, but it's very beautiful being able to see the chunks right there. But with build, I've not really built a ton yet, so it would probably be something kind of, I would say something sort of around here, maybe. I don't know. Something like that. I could do the entire song, but only 15 to 16 seconds of the scream fresh. But I have a take that I'm gonna send of me at the end of a 3 to 4 session of singing that. I had 3 or 4 of the scream spread throughout the song. That is awesome. I will, yeah, I'll check it out if you send it. I will get it back if I lose it. Trust. The reason I see and hear no reasons here. I'm gonna ready to run. You all have a great rest of the stream. Bye bye. See ya, Aaron. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Skitty, hello, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Pretty. It's been since. Thank you. Okay, I think I read all your chats. I'm apologizing now if I missed any of them. Also, for Raiders, catch you guys up to speed what we did today. We were down in here in my big dig for right now. It's 25,000 blocks. I'm only just now getting into diamond tools, so it's a little big for what I'm doing. But I finished digging out half of it so we can make a video. And then we're currently fishing for some mending, because I need mending really, really badly. Reg was digging, but we had a fishing and a crash and intermission. Exactly. The crashing was not great. That was really not great. I'll have to see if I can figure out what's wrong with that. It may be an NVIDIA driver issue. Interfishing. Ooh, wait. Now we're talking. The crashing was definitely planned fit. Trust. Are you using replay mod? I'm using flashback. That's my personal mod of choice, but I used to use replay mod. I prefer flashback more. He's playing Dig Dug on a computer. Dig. Oh, what we got? Luck of the Sea too. I've caught a lot of fishing rods. What can we get for how do we get mending? That did not, like, wow, words, huh? I just realized how hot I am. Hang on. Based on your stream history and PC fluctuations, I stand by my first theory why you crashed. No, that's fair. That's totally fair. I'm burning alive. Oh my gosh. You guys can't see it or smell it, but I am, like, sweaty. I apologize for that. But, you're just gonna have to trust, okay? Maybe the stream or the bronze we made along the way. Exactly. Thanks for telling us. You're welcome. Yeah, I know. It'd be like that. I felt like you guys just needed to know that I probably don't smell good. I probably... Oh. If we catch another book and it's this one, it did roll us back on the fishing pool. That's so interesting. Wait. So a crash resets back to the seed point too, because your books are based on seeds. So if we get a duplicate of this book, I'm not saying I would, but I could crash the world intentionally. Every time I get a mending book, so that I get multiple mending books really, really quickly. I'm not going to, because that would be immoral and wrong. But I could. I can't say I have experienced it, but good for you. It was extremely important for us to know, according to Reg. It was very important to know, because I'm still, like, burning alive. I don't know why. The temperature swings. I could. It would totally be wrong for me, but I could. I'm telling you guys, if we catch another book, and it's the same book, we'll at least know. It'll also tell me how many books I need to get. That's why I've been trying to keep all the books together. Is if once we get our first mending book, I'll know around about how long it takes to get mending, and then that'll help us make our armor and tools and stuff, and I'll have a general idea of how many casts I need and blah 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 blah. I'm hungry. Have you heard any of Linkin Park's new stuff? Absolutely. I love it. Overflow is a good one. Let You Fade is good. Really, that whole album I don't feel like has any misses. Cut the Bridge was really good. Oh, what's the other one that I really like? Good Things Go. That's the one. I love Good Things Go. If I'm able to belt it, I can actually sing that one just fine. Otherwise, it's kind of a little out of my range. But it's a fun song. It's a very fun song, and it's fun to play on guitar too. The riff is good. Listen to you. Thanks for your enjoyment. Thank you. Don't mind if I do. Oh, fun fact, I can also do Emily's songs. Hey. I find that her songs are easier to do for me personally, usually. Until it gets to when she starts singing high. Then I'm in trouble. But she starts a little lower, which is a little more comfortable in my I think it's the one. It's a little more comfortable in my register. It did. So, the seed is in fact resetting. Okay. Please don't crash. Okay. Sometimes I've been having an issue. I think I fixed it, but there was an issue with my mod pack that I'm using right now. It's just quality of life mods. But one of the mods had a bug where whenever I slept, it would crash. It was awful. Forever World 2 Episode 0 out next week. Exactly. It's got it. We're gonna run it back. What? Curse of Vanishing Durability 2. My fishing rods are repeating. I don't like this. I can sing anything, trust, nod, nod. Exactly. I believe you. I'm high note coded, so learning Chester is hard for me. That's fair. I struggle with the grinding part, just because it sits in an awkward portion of my range right now. It's something I do want to do though, is learn. It's fine though. Oh, that too, I guess. Yeah, everything is repeating. I didn't know the enchants in general. I guess that would make sense though. All of the enchants are based off of the seed as well. So you have a random chance to catch things. Based on what you catch, the seed applies the enchant to it, I guess? I don't know. I don't know. We can make a Minecraft ARG about this. Exactly. For World 2 Episode 0 out next week. I guess I have like either B or C2 up to a G6, I think is my vocal range. I have no clue what mine is. I should probably check at some point. I really should check, because I think that would be fun information to know. Yeah, Emily sits in a weird spot for males because she belts with distortion, so it's not normal clean, which is hard for males to pitch. See, I actually do better with distortion when it comes to belting, because naturally that's how I belt, is with the distortion. It just naturally gets gravelly, which one could argue is probably means I'm doing it wrong, but I haven't lost my voice to that yet. I've actually lost my voice more to talking than I have to singing. I can hit one whistle tone sometimes. That is cool. That is really, really cool. I have B2 to A5 right now. Used to be E2 to G sharp 6. PRT does things to voice. I could rebuild for a third time, but too lazy this time. Found interest in screamy screams and belting. Fair enough. Fair enough. I've lost my voice maybe twice ever. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. Twice isn't too bad. At least in my opinion, it's not. I remember I lost it once when I was a kid. And then I lost it a lot when I started streaming. I lost... It used to be basically every other week I was losing it. Which was kind of scary. But, yeah, at a certain point, I just gave up. And I was kind of like, okay, it's just gonna be the way it is. So you'd hear me streaming kind of like this. And I'd be talking like Batman. More specifically, Lego Batman. And, like, that's just the sound you would hear when you pop in a stream, because, I refuse to let my physical limitations stop me. Why would I, you know? I wanted to stream. I was a man who knew what he wanted. I remember one time in 7th grade, right before presentation in the auditorium, to combat the hoarseness, I just lowered my tone. It was clean and clear. I just sounded dumb. Hey, no, there's nothing wrong with that. You did what you had to do. I can imagine it, though. Oh. I can remember in 7th grade, I didn't lose my voice. But man, was it voice cracky. That was bad. That was so bad. I don't want to talk about... I don't know how I want to say that. I had a really bad voice when I was going through life. Puberty did me very few favors until it was all done. That's as much as I'm gonna say. I'd voice crack a lot over the summer, like every other sentence. I talk a lot, so streaming has had no effects on me. That's fair. I don't talk very much unless I'm streaming, because I don't really do much else outside of stream when it comes to social stuff. I don't really have a ton of people local to talk to. And the people online, they're very busy right now. So, I'm pretty silent most of the day if I'm not recording or streaming, which has been kind of nice. But I also do play guitar, and sometimes I'll sing with that. Right, it just depends on what muscles are dead to make your voice hurt most from speaking. That's fair. That is fair. Sames. I'd voice crack a lot over the summer, like every other sentence. Just hydrating or dehydrate kills me. We might get ourselves another skeleton horse, guys. I think this is prime weather for it. I was 4'11" at 13 years old. Is that tall or short? I feel like that might be tall. But I don't know that to be 100% certain. People can't relate to me nor the other way for puberty since it's all been through TRT the last 3 to 4 years. Fair enough. Puberty, man. I stopped growing when I was 12. I was very extroverted, but other than that, I don't do much. Fair enough. Fair enough. Grew like 6 or 7 inches over summer one year. Freaky stuff. That is insane. I don't remember really growing a ton, like a crazy amount. But I know like every summer my mom would buy me like a whole bunch of jeans and new shoes. And then right after she'd buy those, I would grow a couple of inches and it would no longer fit. 6'7" hush. It's short, I think. Okay. I don't really know what's tall for certain age groups. I know like the average, but that's about all I know usually. Uh-oh. Hopefully that goes out. Stopping growth at 12 is kind of crazy, though. I know that was kind of true for somebody, though. Oh, no. Back away. All right. There we go. I grew the correct amount. Just got unlucky genes. Fair enough. I grew a lot. Over a couple of the summers, but I couldn't tell you, like, anything crazy. I'd have to ask my mom. She would be the only one to be able to, like, actually say, like, oh yeah, you grew a ton this one time. My brother, on the other hand, my little brother, he... Crazy stuff there. I'll let him speak for himself, but he used to be a short kid, and now, like, I'm pretty sure he's taller than me now. Are we done, guys? Where's the... Any other mobs? No? Didn't think so. I have scoliosis. I should have got like 3 or 4 more inches, but no. Hashtag short. Oof. Scoliosis sucks. I am lucky enough to not have it. I'm really lucky to not have it. Hello, Amy. Welcome on in. Average at 13 for girls is around 5'3". I see. Okay. So yeah, you were short. Rip. It's not scoliosis. I may not be tall, but I have a vocal range. Hey, that's all that matters, right? Vocal ranges are nice. Wow, I'm getting lightheaded. I used to not have much of a vocal range. But although I didn't really sing very much growing up, the extent of singing that I did have was like when I was at church with my friends and we'd be goofing off and we'd sit there and we'd sing as either as high as we could or as low as we could. So you'd hear like two 12-year-olds talking like this and singing like this, and it's just like the most obnoxious thing ever. But it eventually translated into being able to kind of talk a little more deeper like this, and eventually being able to actually sing in a lower register than what I otherwise would have been able to. So like I'm thankful I did that. High pitch we didn't do very much with. It just kind of led to me finding out I could kind of talk like Kermit the Frog. And trying to do the Halo theme, I assume. Oh, we didn't just try. We did. We found the prime hallway with like stairwell, and if you stood at the bottom or you stood at the top of the stairwell and then started doing it at the end of the hallway, you could hear it, and it was just beautiful. We got caught by an older guy one time doing that, and he's like, "What are you boys doing?" And we're like, "Nothing." He's like, "I like Halo 2, you know." And we're like, "Oh, okay, you're cool. You're chill." But yeah, you know, the Halo theme, that was the other extent to it, I suppose. Have you thought about not getting lightheaded? You know, it's crossed my mind a couple of times. I don't know what's causing it today. Usually it's like, oh, you just need like more salt or sugar or whatever. So I'm just gonna stuff a bunch of salt and sugar down my throat or something and we'll be good. I've had life things possibly open up so that I might be able to do my childhood dream. Ayo! That's awesome. I'm assuming, are we talking like the bakery idea by chance? Incredible, you chill like that? Exactly. I also know a guy, over the summer, last summer, I met a guy that looks like Jack Black. Exactly like him. Maybe not exactly like him, but he looks pretty much like him. He's pretty chill like that too, and him and I, we did the Halo theme in the stairwell. Nothing like, let's see, I think he's in his 40s, and then I'm, how old am I? 20? 21? How old am I? Wait, I'm 21, yeah. I'm 21 and a half. I know how old I am. Wow, okay. Anyway, point was there's nothing like a 21-year-old and a 40-year-old standing in a stairwell of a college making the Halo theme just because we could. Such nerds, but we love it. I've had no different thing. Okay, gotcha. If you don't mind, what is it? Could you share? It's okay if you don't want to share though as well. I just realized I was like, I didn't finish that thought. My bad. Whoa, I can't read. This is like starting to get like to the point where it's, yeah, okay, we got 5 minutes left. We can finish this. This is starting to get to that point though, where it's like, you know, King, you're starting to sound like you did a couple of years ago when you were a problem. I had a lot of problems. You make, wow. Okay. Different thing. Dang, I just remembered you being number than me, but dude, if it makes you feel better, I constantly forget I am not 26. I've done this for the last probably decade. What? Boy, you just dropped a bombshell on me. I've always imagined you being somewhere in like your 20s. You're not in your 20s. I'm like wrapping my head around this. Wild to me. Absolutely wild. Okay. Wow. There's nothing wrong with being old. It's just, I didn't imagine you being that old. Not much older. 20s is correct. Did you think you were 26 before you were 26? I'm like, whoa, now you're throwing me through a loop. Oh no. It does line up with the step away from content a bit, at least. I'm going to my church for a church plant, Lord willing, that is. Hey, that's gonna be fun. Church plants are good. And there's always a lot of work to do with those. Reg, how old do you think I am? I feel like you're on the younger side, like maybe 18, 19. That's just kind of the vibe you give off, but I don't know if that's accurate. 20s is correct. Had an ongoing issue since like age 15 where I just forget I was 15 and the next age I thought was 26 for some reason. It's so weird. What? You know what? I respect it. When in doubt, 26. I can get behind it. I'm the same as you. Okay, okay. So you're also a youngster. Definitely. That's very interesting though, since you're like 15. So many unks in chat. I love having unks in the chat. I really do. Because, I'm not gonna lie, young people annoy me almost, like, to no end. I'm sorry if you're a young person. It's just you guys aren't... You aren't what young people used to be. I don't remember young people in my generation being that bad. I'm not gonna lie. When in doubt, 26. Noted. Exactly. Young people annoy me, depends. There are some that are very good and I can deal with them. But there are also plenty out there where it's just kind of like, dude, you are making me, like, actively want to Kurt Cobain right now. And they don't even know who Kurt Cobain is. So, it means nothing to them. King, you are playing into the anti-younger propaganda. What? I didn't know we were going up against the young people. I mean, you could have signed me up. I'm all for it. I want my internet back. They can go get their own thing. I'm just saying, you know? Same as you. So many unks in chat who is also a big Linkin Park fan. I only got into Linkin Park, like, 4 years ago, really. About the same time, ironically, that I got into, like, Taylor Swift. I got into Linkin Park. I got into NF, Eminem, like, all at the same time, which is so weird. Before that, it was kind of like, yeah, you know, I didn't really listen to a ton of music. I liked music, I just didn't really listen to it a ton. But now it's like, that's all I listen to, practically. I'm older than y'all, not by much. My childhood dream was missions, but had to change my view as I have gotten older with health stuff. So I am hyped it will be rough because I'll be far away from where I've grown up. Oof. Okay, I see. That's fair. Missions is a big one. And like you said, it can be rough on the body. But this is, you know, pretty big. If it's like domestic missions, it's not nearly as bad, at least. I say bad. It's not nearly as rough, but it can still very much be rough. Not by much, not all. Okay, Grandpa. Young people know me defends reg. You're playing into the anti-young propaganda. Okay, Grandpa. Fun fact: I only got big into them last Christmas. Nice. I'm so glad I got into them though. I got into it when my friend Marie, she was like, "Hey, you know, like you would probably like Linkin Park," and I was like, "Linkin Park? Aren't they the guys in Transformers?" And she's like, "Yeah." Listen to them, and I just started listening to more and more and more. I showed it to my brother, and he was like, "Yeah, this is cool." Didn't really listen to it much. And then I found out they were coming back. I saw they were doing a live show online, and I was like, I gotta check this out. It was right before one of my streams. I wasn't late to my stream. I actually had to, like, I saw that they announced Emily Armstrong, though, during it. And so I pulled it up after stream and watched it all the way through. But it was such a good show. It made me so hyped because I loved it. And then I showed it to my brother, and he's like, "Whoa, this is fire." And both of us have liked Linkin Park really ever since a lot. TLDR, society keeps driving rifts between generations to always hate the current school-aged kids, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, I see. I don't, like, hate them. I just hate their culture. I know this is true about every generation, where we always are kind of dogging on the next one. I don't expect them to... I would like them to be around us. It's just, I hope that they don't... I hope that they age out of some of it. That's my only thing. Brain rot is, like, the worst thing that's ever happened. And I know I'm a part of that generation, technically. Like, I am Gen Z. I hate Gen Z, though. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Gen Z, you are an abomination. Now, if you're not playing into the problem that Gen Zs have made, you know, you're actually pretty okay. Gen Alpha actually has some pretty good hope, in my opinion. I don't think there's any generation that has zero hope whatsoever, besides maybe the millennials. I have some family members who are millennials, and I kind of question. I'm just saying. But now, genuinely speaking, judging people based on what birth year they have is stupid. I know. Most people in here are Gen Z. I know, I just insulted, like, all of you guys. But no, it's honestly just the brain rot that bothers me. Gen Z actually has a lot of cool things going for them, and same thing with Gen Alpha. And some of that just has to do with humor. You know, we all grew up differently. And that just creates personal preferences, I would say. It's not my cup of tea. Don't make it try to be my cup of tea. But I'm glad it's yours. That's usually my theory on it. Now, I will trash talk brain rot because I do think it does harm. But, unironic brain rot, I think, is more funny than, like, or maybe I should say ironic brain rot more so is funny. Like, for example, when Nathan says 6'7", it's more funny when he says it other than when people are saying it unironically. It's kind of like, I don't know about that one, Chief. But when you're saying it just because you know it's kind of stupid, that's when I'm kind of like, yeah, I like this. I can get behind that. I've been a fan technically since Bay vs. Transformers, but wasn't into music until the last 3 to 4 years. Fair enough. If it does work out, if I had a nickel for every time this stream talks about Linkin Park, I'd have like 6 nickels. We can make it 7. Emmy, thank you for spending your taxes. I appreciate it. Unfortunately for you, someone has to guide and teach people. People don't just inherently know things. That is true. That is true. I did not know things when I was born. Reg, me and you are technically Gen Z, but I do understand not playing into the issues. I'm safe. Nathan's old. Nathan's unk. Brain rot isn't doing much or any. I'd say that's not a lot, but actually that's kind of a lot already, and it'll only go up about to get rich. I may or may not be knitting washcloths to hand out to whoever I end up moving next to if I move for this. That would be awesome. My parents, for the longest time, had washcloths that somebody in a church gave us that were knitted. And we had them, like I said, for a very long time. We might even still have some. They're starting to fall apart because, like I said, we've had them for a long time, like probably 20 years. But, yeah, they've been around a while. They're also some of the best washcloths we ever had. I hope to get rich from this. I got 6 tax bits, so definitely more than that. Blood Princess, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. Hello, hello. When are the next ads supposed to come in? I want to make sure that those don't interfere. But, hey, I saw them. I knew it. I had a sixth sense. Okay, let's make sure we end before those show up. So that would be 10 minutes from now. 15 minutes from now. Somewhere in that zone. We're going to go 10. We'll go 10 and we'll double check. Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes. Okay, thank you. Oh. Okay. Welcome to the madhouse. We're talking about, like, what are we talking about? I don't even know. Reg, remember the Slayer song? I've made progress. Just endurance, battle, and consistency now. Nice. That's always the trouble with music, is the endurance side of things. I need to get back into the habit of practicing because I played some today. I played The Kill by 30 Seconds to Mars. I play really fun acoustic version of that. And then I also played, oh, what's it called? Breaking the Habit by Linkin Park. There's another nickel for you guys. One of my favorite songs by them. I played that one as well. Power chorded it all. That was fun. Breaking the Habit, Hex, yeah. Also trying to knit through all my yarn before I move, if able to. That's fair. That's completely and totally fair. A little less that you'd have to move with you. You could go buy more later on if you wanted. One more light is my faves. A bit more relatable, to be honest, probably why I like it. That's fair. That is completely and totally fair. I find with me, there's different seasons that I relate to each song a little bit more and a little bit differently. I try to find meaning in every song I listen to if I can, especially if I'm going to perform it at all, or if I'm going to learn it at least on guitar. Because I learn it with the intent to one day maybe actually play it for somebody, and so I try to find meaning in that stuff. So a lot of songs lately that I've been listening to, I'm kind of like, I wonder if I could play this one. And then I'm like, well, if I'm going to play it, I got to follow my rule. So I listen to it, I'm like, yeah, that one hits a little differently now that I've actually connected it to me. The song, what is it? It's by The Fray. All at Once. You can find a lot of good connection to that one. I don't know if any of you guys know that one, but the Fray has some good stuff. I like the Fray. They're pretty fun. To be fair, they sound like kind of the same, like a lot of their songs do, but it doesn't change the fact that it is very enjoyable. Yoink. Alright. What's going on? I connect to all of them. Just some sit more than others. That's absolutely fair. That is completely and totally fair. That's, I think that's one of the most beautiful things about music, though, I guess. It's very human. Very, very, very human. System of a Down has a lot of relatable songs and not raw depression, unlike most new metal. Fair enough. Fair enough. You still take recommendations, by the way? I absolutely do. If you guys have any music suggestions, please let me know. I love to listen to your guys' music. So, if you think you might have something that I might like or that you just think would be interesting, I will add it to the list. I love music talk in this stream. I feel like I'm in middle school. Just wait till I start bringing up all the edgy songs I listen to. System of a Down, self-titled album, and steal this album. CRX. Alright. Alright, let me, once it's night, which it is now, let me hide under the house so I can add your guys' stuff. Baby Shark by Pink Fong. Guys, over Christmas, I don't think I told you guys this. Over Christmas, my family came in. I did tell you about that part. But my brother decided to talk me into playing my guitar for my niece as a nephew. And, so I sat there and I started playing it a little bit. And they weren't really, like, into it at all. And, I decided that, I would play, like, just a little bit for them. And, I played a couple of notes of Baby Shark. And one of them picked up on it immediately, snapped their head towards me and said, Baby Shark? I was like, well, dang. Now I gotta actually... now I actually have to play Baby Shark. So I sat there for like 10 minutes straight playing the same... Let's see. Baby Shark. Do, 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 do. It's 4 notes. I think it's literally just 4 notes the entire song. Maybe 5 if you add a little bit of spice to it. Like, I played that for 5 minutes straight. How fun. How fun. And then they wouldn't let me play anything else. That was the trouble of it. Leave a Light On by Papa Roach. That's one I've been wanting to play at some point for you guys. That would be a lot of fun. Okay, what do you guys got here? So you got System of a Down. Steal this album. Toxicity. System of a Down Deluxe. System of a Down. There we go. Okay. I will add those to the playlist. I have like a whole playlist where I just add the songs that you guys recommend. And then I listen to it over the week and then I sort it out into other playlists. So now there's like 30 more songs from System of a Down. CRX. Alright. I'll add, let's see, Broken Bones is their most listened to song by far, so I'll add that. I mean, I could also just toss a playlist at you. I mean, I'd take that too. I absolutely take that. We'll add one of their lesser known songs. We'll do like Criminals. And then it looks like Walls is their second most popular, so we'll add that. All right, 3 from CRX. Do I put a sad warning on it? Nah, you're good. You're fine. Yeah, I could also just toss a playlist at you. Tool is a band I need to listen to still. Deftones 2. Fair enough. Facing a task unfinished. Heath and Christine Getty. Okay. Add to playlist. New to me songs. Where is that? I've been meaning to like sort through this playlist anyway, so now that you guys just added a whole bunch of new stuff, we're back up to 257. Oh no. It's still not as bad as it was. It used to be like over 1,000 songs. Now it's down to 250. I can take that. I can take that. Boom. Slayer Repentless. And Rain and Blood. All right. Boop. Okay. Where is it? There we go. Give It Up is one of my favorites from CRX. Okay, gotcha. We'll add that one. You guys are loading the list up. I'm loving this. Okay. Dude, the issue with metal is to enjoy a metal band fully, you must listen to a full album. Yeah, that's usually the it's usually the trouble of it. The Jester by Bad Flower. Okay. Bet. That one is on the list. Or any Bad Flower song, they're all quite different. Okay, let me add a couple more then, just to make sure Ghost is their most listened to, so we'll add that one. And then I like to add one of their top 10s that are a little lower as well, so we'll go with Detroit. Okay. And you know what? We'll add Family as well, because that just sounds interesting. Okay. Doors. World So Small and Bad by Sunfish. Sunfish. I've heard of Sunfish. I don't remember what from, but I have. Doors, World So Small, and Bad. Come on. Boop. Where is it? There. I have a playlist that's just artists I like with less than 150,000 monthly listeners. Oh, dude, that is awesome. I'm all for that because there's so many cool small artists out there. You can really have some fun with that kind of stuff. Anna X. It could be fun. Oh, you're in for a sad trip. It sounds like it. I'm all for it, though. I like it. This is fun. What Up, People? All by Maximum the Hormone. Okay. What Up, People? Dude, you guys are loaded. Oh my goodness. I don't even know how to pronounce some of these. I'll figure it out once I listen to it, I suppose. Louisiana Bob. Where's Louisiana Bob? I can spell. I spell so good. That's not how you spell Louisiana. Why can't I spell Louisiana? Did I just forget how to spell it? I did. Oops. That's not even Louisiana, though. That would be why I was having trouble. There we go. Why can't I find it? Okay, let's come over here. Oh. There it is. Alright. FDA. Agitate me. By Clementine, okay. Agitate me. You guys are amazing. Hit you with J-pop, J-rock, and J-metal, but that would go on for too long. Oh? Oh? I'm listening. I'm listening. Middle class rut, you'll like. My favorites are Dead End, Axe on Death, New Low, and No Sale. Okay. Middle class rut. Fun. Boop. New Low. There it is. Axe on Death. Where is it? There it is. Okay, and then No Sale. I think. Is that all? Did I miss one? Dead End. I didn't get Dead End. Okay. And then ever listened to Gorillaz before? Yes. Yes. Do you mostly listen to metal? New metal mostly. Like Linkin Park, and I like a lot of different rock genres usually. So 3 Days Grace, Daughtry. Although I really like any kind of music, so that being said, I don't mind if you guys throw in a random pop song or country song even. I like Taylor Swift, I like 21 Pilots, I like I'd be surprised if any of you know who these people are. A Firm Handshake, they're great. I like Flyleaf. I like rap as well, so if you got some good options there, I'm not opposed to it. Let's see, what else do I have in here? The Fray is always good. Let me just pull up whatever's on repeat. I can tell you. NF, a lot of NF. Goo Goo Dolls. I love Goo Goo Dolls. Oh man, Coldplay. I've even got an Eric Clapton song on here. Tell Her You Love Her by Echo Smith. Electric Light Orchestra. Philip Phillips. I just like music, honestly. So, you know, you guys can always like send me just about anything, even if it's weird. Somebody sent me like a bunch of German rap. It wasn't my cup of tea, but I could see why somebody would like it. It was mostly I just couldn't understand what she was saying, so it kind of was like, eh. You know, if I enjoy lyrical content as well. It's for me, if I don't understand what you're saying, it just kind of makes it hard for me to understand how I can apply that to me so I can enjoy it even more. I grew early Gen Z, grew up into rock and new metal, to be honest. My parents didn't really let me listen to it until, well, we listened to rock, but we didn't really. My parents hated new metal. They really still don't like it. My mom will tolerate some of it. My dad, on the other hand, does not like it. I just like Sound of Nature. Fair enough. I'm gonna go eat. See you later. See you, Skitty. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Reg is Swifty confirmed. I like her old stuff. Her newer stuff, not my favorite. I don't know how to describe her exactly, but Agnes Obel has 2 songs that I really like, Familiar and Dorian. That. Agnes Obel. Obel? He said Familiar and Dorian. Alright, I'll add those. Doot. And... doot. Okay. My music is all over the place. My playlists are strange. I felt that. Oh, no, not the ads. We're gonna have to wrap up quickly. I can give you my big underground playlist. There's plenty of songs with some swearing or other topics. So that's okay. I would like that. Yeah, I like new music. So if you guys send me stuff, I'm all for it. Whatever you guys want to do. I'm all chill for it. I didn't either, but here I am. Fair enough. Can we be friends? I mean, if you want to be, that's up to you, man. Friendship is a thing that just sort of happens. All right, I'm going to wrap up the stream very, very quickly. We're going to do a raid, guys. I appreciate you all so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Unfortunately, because ads are happening like super, super soon, we got to speedrun this. So, thank you guys all for being here and hanging out. It was a lot of fun. I know, for me anyway, it was a lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun too. We're gonna say hi to, oh, there's the ads. Let's go just say hi to like, who did we say hi to last time? I think we said hi to Pie Pie. Let's go say hi to Elfie, because I'm gonna have to be there anyway for a mod purposes. So hop in the raid, get some free channel points, meet a cool streamer along the way, and I will catch you guys again next time. Oh, breathe. I'll see you guys then Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. Keep your eyes on the Discords for announcements regarding Omnia, my video game that I'm working on, and also for the next video on the YouTube channel. Appreciate y'all so much for being here, and I'll catch you guys again next time. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye.